What's one confession you'd only make anonymously? In college, I lived in a dorm with my roommate Jake, who was the most trusting guy you'd ever meet. He never locked his side of the room, left his laptop open, kept cash lying around. I respected his stuff, but thought he was naive. Our neighbor across the hall was Marcus, who seemed cool at first. He'd hang out in our room, play video games, borrow things. But I started noticing weird stuff. My energy drinks would disappear. Jake's snacks would be gone. Small amounts of cash would vanish from Jake's desk. Jake never said anything because he figured he'd just misplaced things or eaten them and forgotten. He's too nice to accuse anyone, but I started keeping track. Every time Marcus came over, something would go missing the next day. A bag of chips here, 20 bucks there, my phone charger, Jake's headphones. Nothing major enough to make a big deal about, but it was adding up. The breaking point came when Jake's grandmother sent him a care package with homemade cookies and a $50 gift card to the campus bookstore. The gift card disappeared the same day Marcus had been hanging out in our room. Jake was devastated because his grandmother had written a note saying she hoped the gift card would help him buy textbooks since money was tight. He spent an hour tearing apart our room looking for it, convinced he'd misplaced it. I knew Marcus had taken it, but I couldn't prove it. If I accused him without evidence, it would cause drama, and Jake would feel worse. So I decided to set a trap. I went to the bank and got 10 brand new $20 bills. I wrote down all the serial numbers and took photos of them. Then I left them in different spots around our room where Marcus would see them when he came over. I put one in my textbook, one in Jake's backpack pocket, one on my desk, one in the drawer where we kept snacks, and I folded the rest up and stuck them in various places. The next day when Marcus came over to study, I made sure to leave the room for about 20 minutes to grab coffee. Jake stayed behind working on an essay. When I came back, I casually checked all my spots. 3 of the $20 bills were gone. The ones from my textbook, Jake's backpack, and my desk drawer. I didn't say anything that day. I waited. 2 days later, Marcus mentioned he was going to the campus bookstore. He asked if we wanted anything. Jake said no, but I said sure. Could you grab me a pack of highlighters? Marcus came back with my highlighters and some other stuff. When he wasn't looking, I checked his wallet while he was in the bathroom. There were my 3 $20 bills sitting right there with the serial numbers I'd memorized, but I still didn't confront him. I had a better idea. The next week, Marcus threw a party in his room. He invited everyone on the floor, including me and Jake. The party was getting pretty wild, and Marcus was drunk and bragging about how he'd been making easy money lately. That's when I made my move. I casually mentioned to a few people that I'd been tracking some stolen money by serial numbers, and I was pretty sure someone at the party had it on them. Marcus immediately got defensive and said that was crazy. Nobody here would steal money. He was slurring his words and getting loud about it. So I said, okay, then you won't mind if we all check our bills to prove none of us have the stolen money, right? I have the serial numbers on my phone. Everyone thought this was a great idea because they were all drunk and it seemed like a fun game. Marcus couldn't back down without looking guilty, so he agreed. One by one, people started pulling out their cash and reading off serial numbers. When it got to Marcus, his face went white. He tried to say he needed to use the bathroom first, but everyone was watching now and telling him to just check his money quick. He pulled out his wallet and there were my 320s. I read off the first serial number and it matched perfectly, then the second one, then the third. The whole room went silent. Marcus tried to say he didn't know how those bills got in his wallet, but nobody believed him. The story spread around the dorm within hours. Marcus became known as the guy who steals from his friends. People stopped inviting him places, stopped trusting him with anything. He ended up transferring to a different dorm the next semester. The funny part is that Jake never found out I'd set the whole thing up. He just thought it was an amazing coincidence that we caught Marcus with marked bills. Marcus never admitted to taking the gift card or any of the other stuff, but he also never tried to deny it when people brought it up. He just went quiet whenever anyone mentioned it. I felt a little bad about ruining his reputation, but not really. He'd been stealing from us for months and making Jake feel crazy for thinking he was missing things. Sometimes you have to be creative when the system won't protect you.